In this video, we will talk about how to determine if an equation has no solution, one solution, or infinite solutions. So I have three examples for us to work through here. Let's check out this first example. We have 4 times x plus 3 is equal to 4x minus 7. So we want to solve for x, and we want to figure out, is there just one solution for x? Are there no solutions for x? Or are there infinite solutions? So we can start by distributing this 4 into these parentheses on the left-hand side. So let's do that. We get 4 times x, that's 4x. And then we have 4 times a positive 3, that's 12. So we have 4x plus 12 is equal to 4x minus 7. Now, when we're trying to solve for x, we're trying to get all of the x's on one side of the equation. So maybe we'll try to, let's say, subtract this 4x. So let's subtract a 4x from each side. Now, we'll notice that when we do this, over here, these x's cancel out, and on the right-hand side, they also cancel out. So all we're left with is 12 is equal to negative 7. So this can never be true. 12 can never be equal to negative 7. So when you solve an equation like this and you're just left with two numbers that are different from each other, but there's an equal sign that says they should be equal, that's how you know there's no solution to this problem. Or in other words, there is no value that you can plug in for x in this original equation to make this statement true, to make these two sides equal. So for this one, we'll write no solution as our answer. All right, let's try number 2. We have 6 times 2x plus 1 is equal to 3 times 4x plus 2. So we'll start by distributing the 6 into these parentheses, and then on the right-hand side, we'll distribute the 3 into the parentheses. So let's see what we get. 6 times 2x, that's 12x. 6 times 1 is plus 6, is equal to 3 times 4x, that's 12x. And 3 times 2 is 6, so plus 6. So again, we'll try to get all of the x's on one side. So we might start by trying to subtract a 12x from this side. So if we subtract a 12x on the left-hand side, we have to do the same thing on the right-hand side. And when we do this, we'll notice these x's cancel out and these x's cancel out, and we're left with 6 is equal to 6. When you solve an equation and you end up with something like this where a number is equal to itself, that means there's an infinite number of solutions for x. Or in other words, you can plug any value in for x, and this statement, this original equation is going to be true. So for example, you could plug in a 0 for x, you could plug in a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, any number you want, and this original equation will be true. So there's an infinite number of solutions for x. So we'll write infinite solutions as our answer here. All right, let's check out number 3. We have 5x plus 10 is equal to 4x minus 6. So once again, we want to solve for x. We want to get x all by itself. So we might start by subtracting a 4x from this side. And if we subtract a 4x from this side, we have to subtract a 4x on this side too. So these x's cancel out. We're left with 5x minus 4x. That's just 1x. So we have x plus 10 is equal to negative 6. Now to get x all by itself, we can subtract a 10 from each side. So these 10's cancel out. We're left with x is equal to negative 6 minus 10 is negative 16. So in this case, we solved for x and we got x is equal to one specific number. So that means there's only one solution for this equation. In other words, negative 16 is the only value that you could plug in for x in this original equation and have a true statement. So for this one, our answer will be one solution. So that's the general process of how you can determine if an equation has no solution, one solution, or infinite solutions.